What's up everybody, this is VanquishX and today I'm going to be talking about The Flash and its villain problem. Now for me in general, I really like the show, I think it's great, I think it's got the character down really well and the characters they've introduced, the things that have happened, the storylines they've taken on, I think they've just done a really good job of it. I'm really glad Arrow Season 3, the little curse thing they had, hasn't affected The Flash. It hasn't taken an Arrow, it became shit and just a really bad show, so it passed The Flash, which I'm really happy about. But if you've been keeping up to date with it or you've been, watching it since the beginning, you would have seen a pattern or a trend with its villains. And the fact that they are always speedsters, they're always guys who can run really fast, and they're always faster than Barry, and Barry has to train to get faster than them to defeat them, which he always does at the end. And to me, that's kind of a bit boring and stale and just bland. It's really repetitive. We all know what's going to happen, and it's just kind of sad, really, because it has so many great villains, and they're not getting shown off. They get shown off maybe in like an episode, and he defeats them, kind of like a villain of the week thing. And then there's the main villain in the background who's always a speedster, and to me, that's getting boring and just a bit stale, and it needs to stop. So in this video we're just going to go over the villains I want to be the main villain in season 4, and they are not speedster villains. So first up is Gorilla Grodd. Yeah, the big huge gorilla with telepathic powers is just a really great character, and in season 2 in his little episode they sent him to another world which is kind of like a gorilla city kind of thing. There's like a big jungle where he'll be with his own kind, gorillas and all that, and I'm thinking that when he's there he'll start influencing the other gorillas, talking to them in their heads, and they'll kind of realise that they're smarter than they are, and maybe they'll gain powers as well, they'll be telepathic, and he'll make an army with them, and they'll somehow make an item or an instrument or a weapon for them to come back to Barry's world and just destroy everything. And I'm thinking a group of gorillas would really give Barry a run for his money. Since they have telepathic powers, they could get inside his head and the people he loves and just mess around with them, make them do stuff they wouldn't normally do, and just really get inside his head and wreck him. And I think they could kick the crap out of him really well, and they could just start destroying the city, just wrecking stuff and just making it a really hard place to live in and give them all a hard time. And I'm thinking their big plan it could have could be what Gorilla Grodd always does in comics or TV shows such as Batman Brave and the Bold, where he wants to turn everybody into gorillas, like the whole world, every human will be a gorilla, so you can have like a bigger army and gorillas will take back the earth. And I'm thinking that could be their big plan. They'll make a weapon that will start turning people into gorillas, and I think a big moment they could do would be if Wally, Cisco, Caitlin, Joe, Iris, whoever they choose, maybe they choose all of them, would get turned into a gorilla. There'd be a big sad moment where maybe Barry run into them when they're getting hit by the beam, then he could turn into a gorilla and they could look really sad at him and all that, and then their mind could just get wiped or something, or they'll forget Barry and the Flash and all that stuff and just join the army and attack everybody and attack him. I think that'd be a really big and sad moment if someone Barry really loves and cares about becomes a villain, becomes a drone in an army of gorillas. I think that'd be really cool, and I would just really like to see Grodd again because he's a great villain. I like him in general, in comic books and stuff. I really like him. I'm looking forward to fighting with him in Injustice 2. I just really like the character, and I liked what they did with him in the show when he'd had 1 or 2 episodes in season 1 and his episode in season 2. I would just love to see him come back, and I think an army of gorillas with telepathic powers, maybe they could speak now. That would be a bit of development from the character if he can talk. And I just really want to see him again as he's great, and I think he could just wreck Barry's life a little bit. And an army of gorillas would be really cool to see, even though I don't think the CW could handle an army with their CGI budget. But wait and see. We can all believe in stuff like that, and if it's just Grodd on his own, great, because I'd just like to see more of him. And next up would be the Rogues Gallery. Now I know we've seen them in episodes before and they always get beat really easily, but I'm thinking just give them a plan that's really concrete and the Flash struggles to defeat and all that, and they could just make his life really hard and difficult and just have a big plan going on. And you could have Captain Cold as the leader. I know he's gone in Legends of Tomorrow, but he's coming back anyway. I think they're building up to that, so you can have Captain Cold, Heatwave, Mirror Master, Weather Wizard, Top, maybe even the Trickster, but I don't see them getting Mark Hamill back for a whole season. But you can have that big group there, just make it really hard for Barry to solve this, and just give them a concrete plan that can't get defeated in one episode like they always do. It's always the same with the Rogues, and they can maybe develop them more and go in a totally new direction. Like in the New 52, I think it was, they still had their ice guns and their fire guns and all that stuff, and they all had weapons or machinery that let their powers happen. But Captain Cold does something, it's his fault, and they all get powers. Captain Cold can actually shoot ice out his hands and all that, kind of like Killer Frost. The same with Heatwave, he can like shoot fire and stuff. Mirror Master can actually just move through mirrors without like his suit, even though that's what they did with him him anyway in the show. Whatever wizard doesn't need his big rod thing or whatever. Does he do that in the show? I can't really remember, but give them proper superpowers, make them a bit harder to defeat and more powerful. You know, have Captain Cold shooting actual ice out his hands and shooting fire from Heatwave and just all this stuff they can do. It would just be really cool. We'd take them in a different direction instead of them relying on guns all the time. And I think seeing them be proper full-fleshed main villains would be really cool for them and be good for that group of characters, and just showing them off more and showing that they can actually stop the Flash. They can actually harm him and defeat him for quite a while in a season until, you know, he eventually gets the upper hand. I think it would just be really, really cool to see those characters again as the main villain and to actually be able to harm Barry. I think it would just be really cool to see them in that role. And lastly would be just give us a villain we haven't seen before. None are coming to mind right now, but give us a villain we haven't seen in the show yet. You know, obviously don't make it a Speedster, and you know, we've seen Gorilla Grodd before, we've seen the Rogues before, so give us someone we've not seen before, someone with a power set that Barry can't handle or whatever. None are coming to my mind right now. There's a lot of characters out there. He has a big Rogues gallery, he's one of the biggest as well, you know, kind of up there with Batman and Spider-Man. So he has a lot of big and popular villains, which would be great to use, but it's someone we've not seen, because you have to make it fresh and new and keep the show going instead of getting bland and boring with Speedsters showing up all the time as the main villain. Give us someone we've never seen before to make it new and awesome, and just keep it going and see, you know, how Barry can handle someone that isn't a Speedster. I think it would just be really, really good. So my first pick is Gorilla Grodd. I'd love to see him back. I just really like the character. An army of gorillas and just telepathic powers and all that. I think that would be great. I don't think the army can happen with their budget, because in the latest episode, Jay Garrick gets whipped around by Savitar and it looks really bad. It looked like PS2 graphics. So unless they get more budget and all that, I can't see them doing an army, but just give me Gorilla Grodd again. Make him the main villain. I would really love that, even though they'll probably give him super speed, because they seem to have a hard-on with, you know, Speedster villains. On the Rogues Gallery, I'd love to see that. I'd really love to see them have actual superpowers and, you know, Cold shooting ice out of his hands, Heatwave shooting fire, and just a bunch of other stuff. Or a new villain. I think an all-new villain we haven't seen before would be a good place to go as well. So please, stop the Speedster villains. Even though you've got Godspeed left to use, you'll probably use him anyway, and you'll probably make up some, but please, just please stop the Speedster villains and make someone else the main villain in season 4, and please make that Gorilla Grodd, or, you know, whatever else. Just make it different. Stop with the Speedsters, because it's boring now and repetitive, and we all know what's happening. So CW, please think about that. Make it Grodd. Please, for the love of shit, make it Grodd. I would love that. And so that video was, guys, to talk about my feelings from the villains always being the same. Always Speedsters who Barry can't defeat because they're too fast. Even though they've been played by great people, Tom Cavanagh was awesome as Reverse Flash. One of the best villains I've seen. He was freaky, evil, just a really evil bad guy. He was really, really good. Zoom was alright until maybe the second half. He took his mask off and he was a giant pussy. And Savitar's been okay so far, but Dr. Alchemy, who was really cool and interesting, got flung out the window again for a Speedster. So you can see a pattern. So that's what this video was, to talk about it. And they say, I don't want any more. Make it someone else. You know, make it Grodd, the Rogues, whoever you want. Just stop it being a Speedster. So I'm going to leave the video here. So if you like the video, rock it the like button, leave a comment down below and tell me if you agree with me that the Speedster villains are getting boring, or if you like them, you want more, and you know who you want to be the next Speedster villain. And you know, if you have ideas for other villains who could be the main villain, if you agree on Gorilla Grodd, on the Rogues, or you know, whoever else you think could be a good main villain, leave that all down below. We'll just discuss that, because that's always a fun thing I love with YouTube, is just being able to discuss and talk and just, you know, go back and forward of who we want as villains and all this stuff and superhero things. I really like that. So leave that all down below and I'll get back to you. And also don't forget to subscribe, as it does really, really help me out, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching and for your support. I love you guys, and stay tuned for the next video.